Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Warhammer reaction. We're on our knowledge of Warhammer journey, and yesterday we learned all about ultramarines and ultramar and Guilliman and all of that, you know. So today I got suggested a video from Templin Institute once again. This is an older video. It's called Realm of Ultramar. It's a bit shorter than we would usually do, but considering I done you guys that 1 hour 15-minute reaction of Arch Warhammer, this is a nice video. So we're gonna get into this, man. Realm of Ultramar, get to know a little bit more about this. I'm interested about the Ultramarines and their whole thing. So yeah, let's get into this video. Be sure to leave that like and subscribe, man. You guys have been smashing that with over 300 subscribers now, man. I'm very excited. So yeah, let's get into this video.
The Imperium of Man is a dominion of colossal size, spanning the galaxy and uniting 1,000,000 worlds and 1,000,000,000,000 souls. To rule over such an empire directly is impossible, even for the labyrinthine organizations that serve the imperial bureaucracy. Instead, the Imperium entrusts planetary governors, warlords, Castellians, and even rogue traders to rule over worlds and territories in the Emperor's name. These fiefdoms...
Do rogue traders get access to Space Marines? Do they get like their own legion? Like, obviously they don't get their own chapter or legion, because that would be... I know they don't get that, but do they get like... Do they get any to help them? Like, that'd be cool.
Range from simple outposts on the fringes of human territory to entire subsectors, almost rivaling the power of Holy Terra itself. Yet even since the days of the Great Crusade, perhaps no single realm has done more to contribute to the power of the Imperium or win more glory in the name of the Emperor than that of Ultramar. Located on the southern reaches of the Eastern Fringe, the realm of Ultramar has historically consisted of roughly 500 worlds. This number fluctuated across the eras before being reduced to just under a dozen in the aftermath of the Horus Heresy. Despite this, the region has always been one of the wealthiest and most powerful in the Imperium, and its worlds maintain a level of economic and technological sophistication almost unheard of within the greater galaxy.
Because of Guilliman.
Even on its most...
Someone told me Guilliman didn't only train his Marines to fight, obviously, which they will be great fighters, right? But he trained them to be able to run worlds. So he gave them all kinds of knowledge.
Industrialized planet. Imperial manufacturing centers operate without the toxic wastelands endemic elsewhere in the Imperium. Rarer still, the Imperial populace has managed to exist in balance with nature, allowing for widespread farming and oceans that still teem with fish.
Climate change
At its center lies the capital world of Macragge, considered bleak and rocky by many, yet home to formidable and majestic mountain ranges, broken only by the more hospitable lowlands where much of the population resides. Citizens of Ultramar live within a highly martial society, in which service to the Imperium is regarded as the highest calling. This is in large part due to their subservience to the Ultramarines Adeptus Astartes chapter, which draws recruits from Macragge and the surrounding subsector. It is a point of pride, especially amongst the older aristocratic families, to have provided a recruit, and communities proudly display statues and idols of the Space Marines who were born there. While this method of recruitment is commonplace across the various Space Marine chapters, few recruit from such a wide variety of worlds, and fewer still are as directly involved in the administration and governance of their territories as the Ultramarines. The realm of Ultramar is governed by a largely feudal system very much akin to that of the rest of the Imperium. All within its borders are subjects of the Emperor, but it is the chapter master of the Ultramarines who holds absolute authority and bestowed the additional title of Lord Macragge. Across the millennia, regents of Ultramar have also been appointed, as well...
I'm sorry, these masks are so sick. Like same like Grimaldus, bro. Like, you don't just have the regular mask, you get a skull. That's so cool.
...as tetrarchs who served as regional governors and ruled over dozens of star systems. The corruption and ineffectual rule that continues to plague the Imperium has seemingly never taken root in Ultramar, and great effort is made to safeguard the prosperity of its citizenry, so long as military requirements are met. The subsector is even exempt from paying the Imperial tithe. Instead, it contributes directly to the Ultramarines chapter. The Ultramarines are the most prestigious and well-known military force to operate out of Ultramar, but each world also maintains its own planetary defense force, and the realm as a whole maintains several other branches of service. The Ultramar Auxilia consists of several hundred regiments, often conscripted into the Imperial Guard when required. In space, Ultramar operates a sizable defense fleet, with 6 enormous fortresses presiding over strategic positions and valuable shipping lanes. Each is a powerful bastion in its own right, with enough firepower to destroy a small moon. Okay. Several paramilitary organizations also exist, including the Intelligence Service Vigil Operati and the Law
I'm not gonna lie, this music's kind of fire that they're using, bro. Setting a real atmosphere right here. But anyway, what I was gonna say is, someone told me, because I was like, who's joining my chapter yesterday? So someone told me, that was like, oh, I'll join when you pick one. So yeah, I need to pick a chapter of Space Marines. Now, someone told me that I'm more suited to be like sort of Ultramarines over like, what is it called, Death Angels or something like that, who are all about blood and glory. Can someone suggest me a video where they talk about the chapters of Space Marines? Like, it doesn't have to be in depth, you know, it doesn't have to explain everything of history, but just kind of give an overview of all of them. If anyone knows a video, because I searched it and I couldn't find anything, if anyone knows a video on that, please suggest it to me and we'll check that one out.
Enforcement agency known as the Praesental Guard. The level of autonomy afforded to the realm of Ultramar has, at times, brought it into conflict with the greater Imperium, with many viewing the subsector with envious eyes. The existence of such a powerful empire within the Imperium has even been called heretical, yet for many, the realm of Ultramar is the last remnant of the true Imperium, before it fell into corruption and decay. The history of the realm of Ultramar is closely linked to that of Roboute Guilliman, who reclaimed the region from the horrors of the Age of Strife and turned the subsector into the jewel of the Imperium's border territories. One of 20 genetically engineered superhumans.
Alright, so this is Horus, I think. What is this? Because someone's like, there's no wolves. So what the hell is this on him, bro? Is it just like an animal that is basically a wolf, but was mutated? Because that's just taking the piss, bro, if someone says that to me. Also, I had something else to say, but I can't remember. Oh yeah, we're going to start text-to-speech soon, right? So I want people to start suggesting me videos that I need to watch before it, because I'm assuming some of you have seen it before. So if there's certain bits of lore that I need to cover first before we get there, please start suggesting those to me, and we're going to start text-to-speech very soon. Because somebody said, you know, we could just blindly watch lore for probably years and years and years, right, of reaction videos and never make a dent. So I want people to suggest me lore that I need to understand or know before we get there. It doesn't need to be too complex or anything, just if there's anything I really need to know, just suggest it.
Known as the Primarchs, Roboute and his brothers were created by the Emperor of Mankind and intended to lead his armies in a great crusade to reunite the scattered human race. Yet before this plan could come to fruition, the Primarchs were scattered across the galaxy by the ruinous powers of chaos. Roboute arrived on Macragge, center of a dying star.
How did chaos scatter them? Were they children when they scattered them? Like, I think that's what I'm getting from this. And how could Chaos God scatter them?
Our empire, which, despite the ravages of the Long Night, had still managed to preserve much of its technology, and even maintained contact with a few other worlds with a small fleet of short-range starships. By the time the Emperor reunited with his son on Macragge, Roboute Guilliman had unified the planet under his brilliant leadership and restored its productivity and prosperity. Swearing fealty to the Emperor, Ultramar's enormous industrial strength was put to work, delivering untold numbers of soldiers and munitions to serve in the Great Crusade. The Horus Heresy was as devastating to Ultramar as to the rest of the Imperium, and the traitor legions relentlessly attacked the worlds of the subsector to tie down Guilliman and his Space Marine Legion and prevent them from reinforcing the battered defenders on Holy Terra. On the aggro world of Calth alone, the Ultramarines lost nearly half their legion, and while the Loyalist forces would eventually emerge victorious, their tremendous losses prevented them from pursuing the war beyond the confines of Ultramar. In this most desperate hour, with the fate of Terra and the Greater Imperium still unknown, a contingency plan was put into action, briefly transforming the realm of Ultramar into the Imperium Secundus before contact with Terra was re-established and the traitors were defeated. In the aftermath of the conflict, as the Imperium struggled to repair the damage Horus had wrought and trillions mourned the entombment of their emperor, Guilliman and his legion worked tirelessly to bind the Imperium back together. Ultramar alone was able to supply new recruits at such a rate that within just a few short years, nearly half the Space Marines in the galaxy had come from Macragge or other nearby worlds. Yet Guilliman was all too aware of the potential for another civil war, and despite the great power of Ultramar, the decision was made to splinter the realm. Ultramar was reduced to but a smattering of planetary systems, and the position of Tetrarch was abolished. In time, Guilliman too would pass into legend, poisoned by a demonic blade and, like the Emperor before him, entombed within a stasis field. Even without their Primarch, Ultramar endured. During the War of the Beast, its forces contributed to the destruction of the largest orc Waaagh in recorded history, and millennia later, Macragge itself would become a battlefield during the First Tyrannic War. This latter conflict would be one of the most devastating in Ultramar's history, with even Guilliman's shrine at the enormous polar fortress on Macragge nearly overrun by horrific Tyranid bio-warriors. Ultramar's greatest test would arrive during Abaddon the Despoiler's 13th Black Crusade. With the destruction of the Cadian Gate and the galaxy torn asunder by the Great Rift, every hope seemed lost, and Macragge was once more a battlefield, as traitor Space Marines of the Black Legion pursued the fleeing Imperial remnants of Cadia to the planet's surface. What they found there, however, would change the fate of the galaxy. Roboute Guilliman had been reborn, his wounds healed, and together with his Ultramarines, they threw back the Chaos host and embarked on a campaign to reorganize and rearm the Imperium for the greatest and possibly final conflict. As Guilliman departed for Holy Terra to seek the guidance of his father and break through to the scattered Imperial worlds on the far side of the Great Rift, he declared the 500 worlds of Ultramar restored, expanding the power of the realm to its greatest extent since the Horus Heresy. Today, Chapter Master Marneus Calgar acts as Lord Defender of Greater Ultramar in Guilliman's absence, with some of the greatest heroes of the realm serving in the revived role of Tetrarch. They are engaged in an immense undertaking to restore the power of their newly expanded dominion, raise great new armies and fleets, marshal their forces to aid in Roboute Guilliman's struggle against the forces of chaos, and bring the holy light of the Emperor to a galaxy fallen into darkness.
So the Ultramarines are basically one of the best chapters, man. They've done a lot. Someone told me they get criticized a bit because they fail sometimes, but who doesn't, man? The Ultramarines is clearly one of the most important players in the game, and obviously they said the most iconic. So Guilliman's currently going to see the Emperor, if that's what's still going on. But anyway, man, thank you all for watching this video, man. Be sure to leave that like, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you all next time.